public adjusters, policyholders, and roofers. Today, I'm going to teach you how to properly put together and present a roof claim in 3, 2, 1. What's up, advocates? Welcome back to the Commercial Claim Show, and I cannot wait to drop this dime of knowledge of these top 5 ways and the top 5 things you need to do in order to put together a roof claim properly so that you can get that roof claim paid. My name is Vince Perry. I'm the Commercial Claims Advocate, and I'm the owner of Elite Resolutions, a public adjusting firm. I'm licensed, and we are licensed in Florida, Texas, North Carolina, California, and more to come. You could also check out all of our educational stuff like this book right here on commercialclaimsadvocate.com. You could also find out about our courses. You can find out about our meetups and about our consulting program, all there. You could also go on eliteresolutions.com to take a look at our public adjusting firm. So let's get right into it. Listen up, advocates. Whether you're a public adjuster, contractor, or an attorney, if you have a client that has suffered any kind of catastrophic loss, whether that be by fire or storm or just any catastrophic loss that requires your client to have to move out and incur ALE and loss of use coverage, you need to think about looking at Black Diamond Services. This is an incredible idea for a service that I think is extremely valuable, and I've actually personally used for my clients myself. Basically, what they do is they provide all of the necessary money that is needed to be done for the homeowner to go and move to another place, whether that be a hotel or another home or whatever it is. They basically bill through their insurance policy's loss of use coverage, and basically they provide financial assistance so that the insured never has to incur any out-of-pocket expenses. It's an amazing service. I love the people at Black Diamond Services, especially Millie Varela. If you just contact her and contact Black Diamond Services, I'm telling you, they're going to take care of your clients like you wouldn't believe. I personally have a client who suffered a fire damage and had to use their ALE coverage, and all we did was refer them to Black Diamond. Our clients did not have to come out of pocket a single penny. Black Diamond provided all of the financial money, and they provided the actual location for the homeowner to stay. Amazing service. Contact Black Diamond Services today so you could find out more information for yourself. I cannot wait to talk about this because honestly, this is a great video, not just for public adjusters, but for roofers. Okay. Now be careful, roofers. UPA, unlicensed practice of public adjusting, you have to be careful with. But if you did some of these things and you suggested to the client that, they could use this stuff, it's going to work a lot for them. And if you're a homeowner, just watch this video and you're going to see all the things that you need to put together to present to your insurance company so you get your claim paid. All right. So let's get right into it. Number 1, when you go up on a roof, let's say you call a roofer, goes out there and sees damage, call a plumber, or I'm sorry, not a plumber. You call a public adjuster, goes up there and they see the damage. Make sure that when they go up there, they take photos, lots of photos. So number 1 is photographs, lots of photos. If you're the roofer and you go up there and you know for a fact that this is wind damage, you know for a fact that this is a claim, you know for a fact that this roof needs to get paid because of the recent storm that hit the area, well, take photographs. Prove it. Prove the fact that that damage is there. And I'm talking every single shingle if you can. Every crease shingle, every lifted shingle, every missing shingle. Make sure that you take as many photographs as possible. Always start with one slope at a time, or take one overview of the entire roof, take one overview of the slope, and then get into detail on every single shingle. Use chalk. Make sure you circle all the damage that you're taking a photograph, because a photograph of a shingle, you may see the damage, but the person who's looking at the photos may not know what you're talking about. Use chalk to circle it. Or you could also, if you got lifted shingles, if you could display a whole area of lifted shingles, you could use business cards to hold them up, toothpicks to hold them up, popsicle sticks, rocks, whatever it is, and you get a nice overall photo of all the shingles lifting up. It is a fantastic photo, let me tell you. But the point is, number 1, if you find damage on that roof, take a lot of photos, as many as possible. Number 2, roof claims are very complicated, right? Because it's usually in regards to a wind event. So one thing that you have to establish before the claim is filed is the date of loss. Establish the date of loss. You have to figure that out, and you have to be accurate, okay? Insurance company only pays for sudden and accidental damage. If you just make up some kind of date that there was no wind event and no event that occurred according to the insured or according to historical data, well, guess what? That claim is not going to get paid because there has to be an event that takes place. So number 1, in regards to the proper date of loss, make sure that you have an actual weather event that took place. In my opinion, really, there shouldn't be any roof claims being filed unless an event actually took place. I mean, that just is what it is. So go ahead, look at the historical weather data, see when there was a wind event that took place. The next thing is you need to make sure, this is to roofers and public adjusters, mainly public adjusters, interview the client. If you have this date of loss, talk to the client. What happened on this date of loss? Do you remember an actual event taking place? Because if they don't remember an event taking place, and if they're only replacing the roof because it's old and they want to get rid of it and they want to do a new one, guess what? That's not a claim. There has to have been an event that took place. So make sure you interview the client, find a couple dates or find whatever it is when there was weather event, or if after actual severe storm and you come across this claim, that's going to obviously be your date of loss. Speak to the insured, get the facts of loss from the insured, as many facts as possible in regards to that particular date of loss. So establish the date of loss. Number 3, okay, get an expert report together. Get expert documentation. What do I mean by that? We're talking a roof claim, right? Guess who's the expert that's going to provide you with that report? The roofer. So if you're a roofer listening to this, make sure that when you are taking the photos and establishing the date of loss for the client, make sure that you go out of your way to put together a detailed report, just 1 page long is good, with your letterhead, with your license number, contractor number, and honestly, your Google reviews as well, and give your best educated opinion on your expert educated opinion on exactly your findings upon being on that roof. If you're a public adjuster or a policy holder, get a roofer out there to go ahead, inspect the damage that you have found, and put together a detailed report as to what their findings are. And that report needs to say something like, I went up on the roof, I found damage, I found what in my experience is wind damage, and based on the wind damage and based on the age of the roof, this has to have had happen on this date of loss. That's just what it is, okay? Because you don't want, if a roofer goes up there and says otherwise, guess what? That's not a claim. If he says that's not wind damage, this is an old roof, that's not a claim. If he says this roof doesn't have to be replaced, it could be repaired, that might not be a claim. So get the roofer out there first to give you the expert opinion, because as public adjusters, we're not expert roofers. As policyholders, we're definitely not expert roofers. Roofer, you are an expert roofer. Give a detailed report, or other guys, hire a roofer to go up there to take a look at it. Because again, if it's repairable, then you might not have a claim. Okay? If there's just not a lot of damage, you might not have a claim. Get an expert opinion on there. Put an estimate together, okay? If you're a roofer, put an estimate together for the client. If you're out there because the roof needs to be replaced anyway, why are you going to hold on to an estimate while the insurance process starts? Don't do that. Okay, you're a roofer out there to replace a roof. You're a roofer out there basically giving a retail bid on what it costs to replace the roof. Go ahead, put your numbers together and give the client that estimate. That's what you're there for anyway, right? Free inspections, free estimates. Give it to them, okay? If you're a public adjuster, put an estimate together. If you're a policyholder and you have a claim and you want to put together this claim, get an estimate. Get an estimate from a roofer or a local public adjuster to put it together so that you can present to the insurance company. So put an estimate together of repairs. And then the last one is mainly for the roofing audience, right? For the roofing audience, make sure you get a work authorization signed. But for the public adjuster, make sure you get an LOR signed, right? You got to make sure that you have that you are representing this client and making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Make sure you get all the proper documentation, because ultimately what all of these 5 things, really the first 4 things are, is a claim package, right? You're putting a claim package together, which is what we do as public adjusters professionally when we have insurance claims. We present this claim package to the insurance company with all of the evidence they need and all of the information that they need to give us the coverage decision that we want. And that's how you do it. If you're a policyholder, you can do this yourself. If you're a roofer, you can do a lot of these things here. And if you're a public adjuster, well, baby, that's just what we do for a living. So the top 5 things that you are to do when presenting a roof claim is: number 1, photographs. Number 2, establish a proper date of loss. Number 3, put together expert documentation and an expert opinion that hopefully, if so, backs up your claim. Number 4, put an estimate of repairs together. And number 5, get your contract signed if you're a public adjuster. You should probably have a work authorization signed if you're a roofer as well. And that's what we got. Claim package, right? Put together that claim package correctly so that you have all the evidence necessary, that there's no questions asked once that claim gets filed and that claim gets paid. And that's what we got, ladies and gentlemen. Again, my name is Vince Perry. I'm the commercial claims advocate, owner and CEO of Elite Resolutions, a public adjusting firm. You can find us anywhere on the internet. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Instagram, and you could subscribe right here below. click on this link, click on the bell, because every Wednesday we've got Content Wednesday. Just like today is Wednesday, this is when we come out with our content. So I think you'll like the show. Continue to follow. Go ahead and watch all the other videos that we've had for the past year or so, and I think you'll get something out of it. So that's all I've got. You guys have a killer week. I hope you enjoy your week, and don't forget to get after it, because together we are stronger. Have a killer week, guys. See you later.